Greetings, this is Caleb Towner from Utah's Education Network. In this video update, we'll be talking about the general resources located in Utah's online school library. So if you're a teacher and needing an assistance in looking at analyzing documents, or a teacher that needs support in helping their youngest learners, such as kindergartners, or even looking at medical field terms, this video is for you. So let's dive in. Here on the home page on Utah's online school library, we can see the elementary, middle, and high school databases. Within each of these databases, there's a general resource section, but we're going to go check out the general resources in the high school database. Now that we're in the high school database, we're going to check out general resources at the top. We're going to click on this button and it's going to take us all the way to the bottom. Here we can see the different databases here, such as ALSC, Notable Children's Digital Media, Dictionary Thesaurus, DocsTeach, Library of Congress, Mountain West Digital Library, National Archives, National Library of Medicine, NetSafe Utah, RockHippo Campus, Open Educational Resources, Preschool Path, and Thinkfinity. Now, let's take a closer look at each one. Here in the ALSC Notable Children's Digital Media, we are going to see that it includes real-time, dynamic, and interactive media content for children 14 years and younger. If we scroll down, we can see the Daniel Tiger for Parents app that can help support young learners. It also teaches them various things like social emotional topics such as feelings, self-control, and responsibility. We also can scroll down and we will see a game called Teach Monster Number Skills. This app is designed for children to practice number recognition, counting, and even simple addition. Overall, this database is a great way to get ideas on digital media tools you could use with your children. Let's check out Dictionary and Thesaurus. I really love this resource because it doesn't have any of those unwanted ads like other Dictionary and Thesaurus online tools do, so this is really great for our students. So for example, if they come in here and they don't know the word simple, they just need to type it in, click submit, and right away it comes up with two different definitions depending on parts of speech, if it's an adjective or if it's a noun. It also pronounces the word right here the students can listen to. If they need to find other synonyms for the word, all they have to do is click on Thesaurus and they have a plethora of different synonyms to help explain that word, especially if they're writing a paper. And for them to get back to that home page, all they gotta do is click back. So DocsTeach is a really great tool for viewing and annotating documents of National Archives. There are different areas within here called Explore, Discover, or Create. We're gonna check out Discover activity, and we're gonna check out the emergence of modern America. And within here, we can see various pictures in here that we can analyze. But I'm going to click on this first one called Analyzing Child Labor for Photograph. And right here, it talks about the different parts of this activity and some teaching suggestions that you can follow. But I'm just going to start the activity. And once you get in, it talks about this photo a little bit to give you some background and then some questions for you and your students to fill out. Some observing parts of it, trying to make sense of it, using historical evidence. And then when you're done, it has some reflecting questions you and your students can talk through. And then they can send the response to you, which is really great. So this is a really great tool if you need support in analyzing documents. Here we're going to check out Library of Congress, which is a research library that officially serves the United States Congress and is the National Library of the United States. Right when we get into this database, you can see there are a lot of different places we can go and check out. But what we're going to check out is the Teachers tab. And within here, it helps teachers and supports them in getting and starting with primary sources. So it kind of goes to this program on getting started with primary sources, teacher guide for analysis tool, finding primary sources, distance learning with it, and then also classroom materials that you can utilize in your classroom. So for example, I can click on this primary source set and I can view on all these different source sets that you can utilize in your classroom. In addition, there's some professional development you can check out, some workshops, webinars, and so on and so forth. So if you want to find some places to get some primary sources, please check out Library of Congress. In Mountain West Digital Library, it's a portal for digital resources for universities, colleges, libraries, museums, archives, historical societies in Hawaii, Idaho, Nevada, Oregon, Wyoming, and of course, Utah. So we're going to check out our Browse Collections right here, and we're going to look at American Westward Migration, and I'm going to click on this link here, and then once we get in here, we can see various artifacts, and if you'd like to tweak your results, you can change source type, subject, creation, author to help, kind of define it a bit more. Or if I just want Utah resources. And then I'm going to click on this video artifact here where you can open up a new window. You also can send to EndNote Basic, Easy Bib, print email, or even get a permalink. So you can do online access right here. And this is a silverware box you and your students can check out for yourselves. And you can see other information down below to check out. So if you want to learn more about American westward migration, please check out this database. Looking into the National Archives, it's an independent agency of the United States government charged with the preservation and documentation of government and historical records. So right away in here we can see research for our records, veteran service records, education resources, Visit Us, America's founding documents. I mean, there's so many things that we can find within this database. But we're going to check out educator resources, and right away we can see Civics for All of Us, Docs Teach, already something we kind of checked out, and even distance learning tools here. But we're going to check out Civics for All of Us, and we can see there's some student programs down below, and it's based upon some grade levels you could check out. But I'm going to look at this first one that says Make Your Voice Count, Learning About the First Amendment. And right here, it kind of gives you a 30-minute lesson plan of what you could do with your students, and you can download the teacher guide, and you also could request the program down here for you and your students to utilize. So if this is something that is very interesting to you and you'd want to incorporate in your classroom, I would really check out National Archives. We're going to check out the Library of Medicine, and it provides the link to the world's largest medical library. And right away, we're going to check out resources for you, for educators and trainers. We're going to scroll down to lectures and exhibitions, and we're going to click on History of Medicine exhibitions. And as we scroll down, there are different categories you and your students could check out. Again, and make sure it's appropriate for your young age students or for your older students, but medicine and art I think is really interesting. And here's one that says, and there's the humor of it, Shakespeare and the Four Humors. And you and your students can browse through this, see what it was about with William Shakespeare, and see how they understood, the body and everything during that time. You also can check out a digital gallery of different images and everything. You also can check out resources and learn more about it for you and your students. So if that is something interesting to you, I highly recommend checking out National Library of Medicine. Here in NetSafe Utah, it provides online videos and resources for kids, teens, parents, educators, and trainers, and teaching them how to be good digital citizens and also to teach them some media literacy. So if I go into the kids videos here, there are videos K through 3 and videos 4 through 6, giving them different lessons on how to be good digital citizenships. For example, be kind online, or cyberbullies are no fun, what is personal information, and these are some great resources to help teach your students at the beginning of the year. Also, you can change the language if you need it, if you have students that don't speak English. Going back to the top, if I go back to kids and you need them to have in-classroom reminders, you can print off some posters on PDFs or on Word documents to pass out to families or parents if you need that support. So if you need help with digital citizenship and media literacy, check out NetSafe Utah. Checking out RockHippo Campus, which is a free repository of thousands of multimedia learning objectives from NRock and other respected providers such as PhET, Khan Academy, Art of Problem Solving, and so on and so forth. But if you're a science teacher and you want some real-life simulations, PhET might be the place for you. So if I go to Earth Science, click on gases, balloons and static electricity, you can see the activity right here that you and your students can try out. Oops, hold on one second. It's gonna load. And for example, if you take the balloon, rub it on the sweater, and then bring it to the wall, you and your students can see what's happening. Another tool your students could go back to, if I click on the Hippocampus, here I can click on Khan Academy. If I wanna learn more about arithmetic, basic addition, they can just click play. Just give it 1 second to load, and then there will be a video that your students can watch based upon basic addition to help support them. So if this is a tool that you need for multimedia for your classroom, I would definitely check out RockHippo Campus. Here in Open Educational Resources, we're going to check out Utah's open textbook projects in science, and we can see all the various seed standards to help support you and your students, world languages, and we can see various language books as we scroll down, secondary English language arts, secondary math, law enforcement, and various other areas to help support you and your students. Now scrolling back to the top, We're going to check out Preschool Path, which supports our youngest learners. There are information for caregivers, teachers, and even videos to help support them. There are various games they can check out and other supportive resources for them. Finally, in Thinkfinity, there are various places here to help support our students, but Wonderopolis is my favorite because they can find articles on things that they wonder about, which is so fun. They can type in or they can check out options listed below so they can read more about it. So this says, what is autism? They can read about it in the article, and it also has a listening component and video components to support your students, and even some extensions for them to check out. So if I were you, I would head back to General Resources and check out these great databases. And that's what we have for our Utah's Online School Library update. Remember to share this video with anyone that needs support in finding media content, or they just want to utilize Dictionary Thesaurus, or finally finding ways to help their students stay safe online. Thanks for watching.